Folks, our lackluster approach in the past few months in the diaspora, in doing what we ought to be doing, that is contributing and demonstrating, is emboldening some of those folks who could not go back to our land to try and, take advantage of our people because they don't have what to live on, because they don't have enough means to take care of themselves, because they've reduced them to mendicants to do the useless bidding that they have always done over the years, for at least 40 years today. They are taking advantage and telling our people that your dream of a free, independent, and prosperous Amazonia was a pipe dream. And so join us back in the old field bandwagon, because at least you are sure about what was happening. This is exactly the message that Fotabe Tando, who could only go to Manu in an armored car and will only land there and be looking left, right, and run out away again very fast. That's the message he carried to Manfred just a few days ago. Watch it.
Obia, our president, Obia for one Cameroon, Obia, our president, Obia for one Cameroon. Our president,
So you see this virus, the CPDM virus that we are seeing, that has been detected in Manu, is returning because it has that firm conviction that the vaccine against it is almost becoming ineffective. And this is testing the ground. If we allow this virus to take root once more in Amazonia, trust me, or to take root once more in Manu, trust me, it will spread all over the land. Like I said a while ago, it is because they are telling themselves that the vaccine against that virus is losing its strength. You definitely understand why I'm saying here with insistence that September 22, the World Taekwondo Day, should send a clear message in preparation for what the whole wide world will see on October 1, which is World Amazonia Day. Don't think this virus is coming back because anything has been done to improve on the livelihoods of the people. Things have gone worse. Don't think this virus is coming back because the people feel that, oh yes, it is a better alternative. No, they are able to ramp it down their throats because you and I have stopped going out there to demonstrate. Because you and I have either stopped contributing or are just, giving something to say, let me clear my conscience and send this $20, this $50, and all of that. Like I said, let us sacrifice one drinking weekend each. Only one drinking weekend. Ask yourself, when I go out there with friends, to those are 2 joints, to those whatever, how many bottles of wine do we take? How many bottles of Hennessy or 1738 or whatever do we take? How much do this cost? And how much am I sacrificing to ensure a free homeland? My people of Amazonia, if we don't rise to the occasion, we will let a virus that was almost getting completely put under control and getting extinct to resurface. If it angers you, what you just saw, as it angered me, then get up and do something. If it frustrated you, just as it frustrated me, then get up and make those calls. If it is making you feel humiliated, just as it did to me, get up and knock at those doors. Talk about October 1. Talk about World Takumba Day. Make the contributions. My dear people of Amazonia, we are a brave people. Just look at this.
For one Cameroon. Bobia, our president. Our president. Bobia.
Come to imagine that. Come to imagine that. No. We must rise up with the ferocity of a people who understand the effects of a virus as deadly as the one that I just showed there. As deadly as this one that is resurfacing. You want to know the effects of that virus? Watch this other video.
Hey! Okay! Okay! Hey!
These are the direct consequences.
Hey! 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 Hey!
These are the direct consequences of letting the CPDM virus invade our land once more. Look at cattle now pulling cars, wrapped in mud. Look at these are roads in Amazonia. These are roads in southern Cameroons. This virus has been in place for over 40 years, and this is what it left in place. Letting this virus invade the land again means we don't have an idea exactly what we are wishing for our people. Look at that. Look at that. Someone told us that he was preparing some emergency for 2035. We're 11 years away from 2035. Look at it. And I assure you, those people can't help themselves. They can't help you and me. They can't help themselves. They can't help out in this situation. Lost souls like Fortabe Tando and all those CPD and viruses, so-called elites, they have only one objective: misguide the people whom they have totally impoverished and taken to sleepers level, so that they can continually use them to either continue to seek to elevate themselves in the BS system or to protect themselves from going to jail. Because all of them, there is no one with clean hands. If you are doubting what I'm saying, that virus has not been able to help even themselves. Poor beings who can't help themselves, they will never be able to help us. This is the reason we are in this liberation movement. This is the reason we want to send them out of our land, so that we should change the dynamics of our land, take responsibility for our own development, create an enabling environment where our young will create, where we will create wealth and make our land a place to be. Look at this is another video, and this one now is in the far north. See just how they can't help themselves, and then wonder if they can't help themselves, then it's possible for them to come help us. Watch.
Peuple du Nord, de l'extrême nord de la Damawa. Si quelqu'un vient vous parler demain du RDPC, chassez-le. Si quelqu'un vient vous parler de Paul Biya, chassez-le. Voilà la récompense, ça c'est la nationale numéro 1 camerounaise. Ça, nous sommes quittés entre Ouaza pour Mora. En allant.
Did you hear what this guy said? He said, if somebody comes, he's talking in Marwa. That's in the road leaving Waza to Mora and Waza Kuseri. He is saying in plain language in French, if anybody comes here to talk to you about CPDM, chase that person away. If anybody comes here to talk to you about Paul Biya, chase that person away. They themselves recognize that that is a virus, a deadly virus, that whenever it infects you or it leaves on you is horrible underdevelopment. All it leaves on you is total dehumanization. All it leaves in you is horrible impoverishment. All it does, it makes you seem less human. They themselves have recognized it, and they tell you this virus needs to be eradicated from their land. Is it on our land that will allow it to fester? Look at it again.
À Maroua, la capitale de l'extrême nord. C'est ça qui est là. Ça, c'est la nationale. C'est la nationale numéro 1, la route internationale. Je vais vous dire quelque chose. Est-ce que vous savez que les fruits, les mangues, les bananes, l'ananas, tout ce qui sort de l'autre côté du sud du Cameroun ne passe plus sur cette route-là pour aller à Kuseri encore? Est-ce que vous savez ça? Il va falloir que les Camerounais puissent comprendre ça. Les marchandises passent maintenant par Tuboro pour monter en Djamena afin que les Camerounais quittent du Cameroun pour aller payer les fruits camerounais au Tchad. Parce qu'il n'y a pas de route. Parce qu'il n'y a pas de route. C'est quoi?
So, at least for those who don't understand French, you hear what he says. That because of these horrible roads, fruits that should normally leave one part of La République du Cameroun and come to them, leave the southern part and get to them in the northern part of La République du Cameroun, now have to go through Toboro and get to N'Djamena, and they now have to leave Kuseri and go to a neighboring country, Chad, in N'Djamena, to buy fruits that are produced in their country. Oh yes, they can't help themselves. They have no perspective. They have no idea what good life is. That is what they seek to contaminate us with. That is what they seek to impose on us. And this is why I keep telling my people, it will never work. We cannot accept. We should not accept. We will not accept. Finish.
Paul Biya veut nous faire dans ces pays-là. C'est quoi? Voilà la récompense que Paul Biya nous laisse. Et vous nous parlez encore en ce moment-là du RDPC. Non, chassez ces gens-là, ces esclaves notoires. Ce n'est pas Biya qui va venir vous parler du RDPC. C'est vos parents qui sont tenus en captivité en otage. Ces mendiants patentés, ces escrocs notoires. C'est eux qui vont venir vous parler de voter RDPC ou bien de soutenir Paul Biya encore.
Did you hear that? He is saying something which is exactly what I'm saying here. He is telling his people of the far north regions that, listen, it is not Paul Biya who come to talk to him about himself. It is not Paul Biya who come to talk to you about that virus called CPDM. It is your fathers, your uncles, your aunties, your brothers that have been captured by Paul Biya who will be sent here to come and deceive you. Sounds familiar? Is that not what Tabetando is doing, Emmanuel? That's what Tabetando is doing, Emmanuel. Exactly it. That's what John Gute does in Dian. That's what all those politicians of Kupong and Nguba do in Kupong and Nguba. That's what all those politicians from Santa, Fu Jonathan and the others do in Santa. That's what Fukalisu Gentry does in Dongamantu. That's what Paul Atanganji does everywhere in southern Cameroons. Those people who are captured, who have been brainwashed, who are prisoners in Paul Biya's day, they are the ones. They come and you think they are your people. They deceive you, you know I'm your person. But they are coming to you to promote a virus, a deadly virus that has only one objective: milk the people dry, hit people's head one against the other, take away all your liberties, impoverish you to the marrows, dehumanize you to the point you don't recognize yourself, put you under total captivity. For the people of the southern Cameroons, we don't even have to have any connection with this virus. How did we let it creep again into our land, we must put an end to it. What he is saying is the same message that we should sound in the ears of our people. But our people will listen to it better when they see us in action. When they see us in the diaspora in action, contributing and demonstrating. This is very important. Let's finish with
que vous allez les chasser partout. Partout, vous allez les trouver encore en train de mobiliser les gens pour nous parler du RDPC ou bien des Paul Biya. Chassez-les. Chassez-les, je vous dis. Il ne faut pas que les gens là vont continuer de vous abrutir et vous traiter encore de moutons des batailles électoraux. Il faut les chasser. Partout où ils vont venir au nord pour vous parler du RDPC, des Paul Biya. Chassez-les. Chassez ces gens-là. C'est
So you see, this is it. Now look at, folks. Sometimes you say that I see some people come on right and say, oh, you are talking more about the Republic of Cameroon than you're talking about Ambazonia. The Republic of Cameroon is our problem. They need to get out of our land. That's why I have to keep talking about them. When I say they don't mean good for us, any association with them will mean we will never prosper, will mean our land will never progress, will mean we will stay in a standstill. It's not a joke. Look at this communique by Paul Atanganji. In this press release, Atanganji is warning, Atangaponji, he is sending a sound warning to people who are using a road that has been constructed to be used. He is saying that vehicles which normally should use this road should stop using them. And the reason he's saying that these vehicles should stop using this road is because he says they are causing the road already to start getting degraded when it has not yet been received. Did you hear that? That the road has not yet been received. And because they're already using it, it's getting degraded. Whereas it has to be received first. This is what he says in this communiqué, which is in French. He says, dégradation de l'autoroute Yaoundé-Douala par certains usagers. And he says, mon attention a été appelée, that the Minister of Public Works drew his attention to the effect that the section of the so-called superhighway is a two-way, that they call superhighway, that has only gone for several years, has only gone from Yaoundé to Boumyebel. It has not crossed Boumyebel, which means it has not even gone half of the journey to get to Douala where it has to get to. After several years, and has gone billions upon billions. He says they should stop using those roads because public transport vehicles, trucks carrying sand, trucks carrying timber, and all of those things that are using that road, and those are the natural cars that will be using that road, that they should stop using the road because they are degrading it and the road has not yet been received. Folks, listen. They should be concerned that the road is already getting degraded at this point, because that's a road that you want to construct. They should serve for years, for at least 20 years before you get back to it. But look at it has not yet been received. It's getting degraded. To hide and to make sure it is received and the money validated before they say, oh yeah, go and do whatever I want to do, and it degraded even in 3 days. That's why they want to stop vehicles from using the roads. Will those vehicles fly? What is going to use those roads? If the road is not adapted enough for those vehicles that will use it, why they are using it now, when will it be adapted for those vehicles to use it? Now look at it. I'm playing this clip of Mbena Mokichas on another road, putting that description to say this is their modus operandi. When they come making noise, oh, we are constructing your road, ring road, we are doing this between Akumbo and Dongamatu, we are doing this. This is how it will end. Watch.
look at a new road that has just been constructed. Look at it. We are in trouble here along the Mokunda Limbe Road. Just runoffs are taking away the whole tar, creating craters on the road. It is dangerous. Accidents, cars stumble on it. This is terrible. It is an indication that the job was a poor job. Poorly.
So you see, that is Mbela Moke Charles, a senator from Fako. That road is thinking Mukunda to Limbe. But look at it. You hear what he's saying? You see, it has not lasted. It's a newly constructed. It says just runoffs are degrading it. So what happened when rains pass? So I don't know the state of that road now. It should even be completely finished. So when you see some people come and tell you that, oh, see, they are there, they are doing road between Kumbo and Kambe, they are doing this and that, all whatnot. Who is fooling who? You allow them to come deceive you and spray the roads with, some little grains of tar, so that in a few days it's gone and they tell you, we spend this amount of money to fix things on your land. Chase these people away. We need to get La République du Cameroon out of our land the fastest possible. They can't help themselves, they can't help us. Everything they bring towards us is a mirage. They call mirage. That's a phenomenon in physics. My people of Ambazonia, we can't settle down and do nothing. We must continue to rise to the occasion. We must continue to be firm in fostering our liberation movement. The world is watching us and waiting for us to invite them to come give us a final push as we get La République du Cameroon out of our land. And it will not be achieved by speeches and resolutions of the majorities and conferences here and there. Hard work, focus, determination. The other day, I quoted Bismarck, Von Roon, and Von Morge. I will not go back there. But I want us to note, even as I'm wrapping up this show, let us note that the destiny of a free and prosperous Southern Cameroons, aka Ambazonia, lies in our hands. This freedom is close and it is ours to lose. We either rise to the occasion and do what is right, or we go to slumber and have only ourselves to blame tomorrow. My people of Ambazonia, get ready for a very sassy October 1, 2024, World Ambazonia Day. I want to thank some comrades across the world who are already manufacturing and sharing t-shirts. There's a comrade who was promised to send me over 50 t-shirts so that they should be shared to people who will be coming out there to demonstrate on October 1 who don't have those t-shirts. And this is a spirit we should have across the board. Even if you are alone in your country, anywhere in the world. You saw our one-man soldier in Switzerland. If you didn't see, maybe I'll look for him and let you see him again. He was alone at the Intercontinental Hotel in Switzerland. It did not make him to feel intimidated. No, he did not feel intimidated. He went out there. He stood there. He demonstrated.
Voilà. Je dis merci à la Suisse, mais la Suisse quand même. Voilà. Je dis merci à la Suisse, mais la Suisse quand même.
See, he was all alone, but he went out there. There are actions of people like him that caused this white folk to join us and to hoist the Ambazonian flag in Geneva. Watch.
something is lying, and the police cannot climb. So that's why they are just lying down there.
In fact, I think the police is actually hoping that
He will fall.
no, they're hoping that he doesn't fall because they will be in
Yes.
trouble.
I'm sure they called the police because they thought they were one of us. I'm very sure that somebody must have called and said, well, Amazonia has climbed that thing. But the police has come and seen that it's one of their brothers. Oh, Cameroon. So this man says he has a surprise for us. Now he's up there, and let's see what he is going to do. And I told him if it was a black man, he would shoot him. But it's easy. So let's see what's going to happen. Amazonians, get ready for a big surprise. You see?
Amazonians, pledge our loyalty. Praise the Son and Savior who granted us our freedom. Allegiance to the heroes who fought the land with their blood. Glory to glory, we rise and
So you saw that? This is exactly what I'm talking about. The world is waiting for us to mobilize them to help us get our freedom. The time to rise up and do the right thing is now. We shall not let this October 1, 2024 pass us by. We must do what we have to do. I want to thank all of those of you who were part of this show. Share it as much as you can, and to God be all the glory.